So this video today, I want to break something down for you, and that is the Shopify scam. It's not really a scam. It's just all the Shopify gurus out there are telling you numbers and showing you numbers, bragging about their $100,000 income or their 500% return on ad spend, or even that they doubled their ad spend. And to anyone untrained, to anyone who hasn't been in that business, to anyone who hasn't been in e-commerce yet, but who's just getting started, all of those numbers sound very attractive and very tempting. I decided to break that down. So I found a video from someone where I took a screenshot, and he's basically in that video selling his dropshipping course. So basically he's like,
hey, we did $1,000 on Shopify a month. And I want to break down for you how easy that is. So I'll just show you my ad spend account and I'll show you exactly what we did.
That's what the guys say. I make a screenshot of his ad account and I'm just fact checking. That's how you say it. I'm just checking a little bit on how he positions himself with that and how he makes his account look so great. And in the first moment when you look at it, you could also see it's so great. But actually, if you understand the numbers behind it, he might even be losing money here. And this is the video he uses to advertise for his course. So this should be his best results that he's showing here, right? If we go in, let's have a look at the screen. That's a Facebook ad account campaign, basically, where you can see the results of, they spend ads. And if you've never been in this, then I will just explain that to you real quick, okay? So here you have the amount spent per ad. You have all of these ad sets here that, is basically a collection of different ads that were displayed in this set of ads. So each of these here is one set of ads. Then you have the amount spent, where you can see how much was spent on this, on each of those sets. And in the very bottom, you have a summary of all of the columns. Unfortunately, his face was covering a little bit of that. So we have to break down and look into it and see, do a little bit of math to find out how does his numbers actually stack up. So one of the things that I want to show you here is he used one of the examples and said, hey, look, we have such great return on ad spend here. Like we have, I can't even find it anymore, but there were so many things he said that they have such great results with it. But when you actually do the math, it's not true. And I'm doing this video not to mock on anyone, not to, point fingers and do that. I just want you to understand the real numbers, because I see way too many people buying courses that should not be buying that course, not because the course is bad, but just because it's not the right thing for you. So you need to go into that with a specific, or with a certain mindset and with an understanding on what's likely to happen to you. So very first, it's not likely to you to make $100,000 a month. That's not very likely. This guy here claims that they've been very, very knowledgeable about Facebook ads, and that they've spent millions in ads over time. So that experience combined gave him a 2x return on ad spend. And we will go into that in a little bit, what that means. But all of this experience made it possible for him to actually, earn more money, have more income than they spent at ads. That's not the profit, by the way. That's just he had more income than they spent at ads. And that's already something that is very cool to achieve, and something that you will not be able to achieve when you're just starting out. Because there is a lot of experience that goes into that, and there's a lot of ad spend on the account. So let's go in and have a little bit of a look here. What are those numbers? So one of the things that we can find out that in this campaign, they spend a total of $11,900. So this is what they spent. Let's round that up and make that 12K. This is what they spent. They spent $12,000 here on total in the lifetime of the account, which is those 4 months here, from April 30 to 16th of July, maybe 3.5 months. This is the amount of time that they spent. So this is not something that you see, okay, this is from this month. Because in the very beginning of the video, you said, hey, we made $100,000. So this is just one of the campaigns. You see, this is the campaign, and here's the account overview. So in this account overview, if he's saying the truth, there should be multiple of those campaigns. Now, keep in mind that he chooses this campaign probably not because it's the worst campaign they run. Probably this campaign is doing well, and that's why he chooses it as an example. So let's go into that. And the numbers that you see here are looking not too bad from the very first outlook. So let's have a look. Let's find out how much is his product and how many did they sell. So one of the things to find out, very simple, is how much money did they spend per action. The action here is a sale. So cost per purchase, in average, they spend $25 per purchase. That's the average spend here, okay? And they spent $12,000 in total. And they have sold 491 products. So 491 products sold. So here you see in this particular ad set, he spent $50 and they earned $2,300 almost. So that's $50, 50 purchases, at 2,600 something. Let's round that down. Let's make it a little bit nicer for the guy. So let's ask our little friend here how much that is. It means each of the products here sells for $52. So 2,600 divided by 50 is 52. So they sold 50 products times $52. So now we know his products that he sell is $52. Now let's do the math here. A $52 product with dropshipping. If you are getting an insanely good price, what is the margin that you have on that? If you get the best possible margin, I'm not saying he had that, I'm just saying what would be the best possible thing for him. So what do you think? 50%? Is 50% a big margin? That's huge, okay? So let's say he got 50% as a margin because he's really good with sourcing, or he's done something, I don't know, he found a good product with a good supplier that he can do that. So let's say he has a 50% margin. The margin, I mean, the money that he has after buying the product and after shipping the product. So both of those costs taken into consideration. So 52, that is $26 profit margin. Okay. Now what did he spend? He spent $24. That's his profit. Okay. Now if we look in here, he spent $24. So minus $24 that are going out. Okay. So $24 are going out in ads. $26 are going out in what? In product costs, right? So what we're actually looking at here is 24 plus 26. That to me is 50. So he made a profit if he gets 50% profit margin. And if he has 0 refunds, to keep that into consideration, how many refunds do you think will he get on 490 sales, right? So he made a total profit of $2 per sale. Great. So that is $2 times 491. That is $980. $982. That is the money that he made. If you hear the video and he's talking and he say, well, we did $100,000 on Shopify. Maybe they did, and they did throughout the campaigns. If this was the best campaign, then they're in big trouble because they're actually losing money. This is not profitable. I mean, you now have a customer base and you can sell them again in the future and you have their contact details. Great. But for everyone starting, this is not viable. If we scale those numbers down, let's say you have $1,000 to spend in ads. So instead of the $10,000, you have $1,000 to spend in ads. So you spend $1,000 in ads and you make $98. Great. The course that you just bought was $1,000. How many $98 sales do you have to make with 0 refunds on a 50% margin to make that work for you? It doesn't work like that, guys. Paid ads for dropshipping, you cannot make that work. Especially you cannot make that work if the money is limited. If the money that you have available to spend in advertisement is limited. If you have a big ad budget and you don't mind to go in the hole for a few months because later you can sell the customer again, then you have a problem, because what do you do if you spend $1,000, you make $100 profit if everything runs well? This guy is super experienced with advertisement. So how can you, as someone who's never done it before, make that work? It doesn't work that way. Now, what can you do to make that work? There are definitely other ways to that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm going to show you all of those different ways that you can make it work. Because paid ads, I mean, you look at it. Maybe you do your own math on that. You have your own look. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I didn't find the right numbers. Let me know what I did wrong in the comments here. Like I say, I don't think you can make paid ads work for dropshipping. There are other things that you can do. One of the things, or the only way that I think paid ads work for dropshipping, is retargeting. And that is the only thing that I would do. People that have already been on my shop, that have already taken actions on my shop, that have bought products already, those people I would retarget with advertisement. Because that's cheap. That is very cheap because you only have this small audience and they already are your buyers. So if they have a good experience with your product, then they can buy again. This is kind of how this works. I don't say don't start dropshipping. There are definitely ways to do that. I'm just saying in here, be careful who you listen to and be careful. The numbers can be correct. You can say, okay, this month we did, what is that here? He made $25,000. If you see a video on YouTube that has a headline that says, hey, we did 25 grand on Shopify. Watch this video and you can do it too. Your assumption here is not that these $25,000 that they made, that they cannot even keep 1,000 of those. That will not be your assumption, right? So all I want you to do is to be cautious and to be careful who you listen to. Obviously now you're listening to me, so how do you know I'm the right guy to listen to, right? So you got to make that decision by yourself. Really look into that. Look into the numbers. Have a little bit of a critical outlook on that. Ask yourself, what is the actual profit margin? The next thing is ROAS, or return on ad spend. That is something that I feel is so overused by dropshippers, and that is their fame to claim. You see, hey, we did a 500% return on ad spend. That means we spent $1 and we made $500 back. Usually when you see those numbers, you can only do that in the very first days of your campaign. The thing how Facebook works with the advertisement is that they look for the very, very, very best people for you. So basically you say, hey, Facebook, look for all of the people for me that are in your target market. And then Facebook looks out for the best people that Facebook knows are hyperactive buyers, that every day they have to spend money on stuff and they probably like your things. After Facebook approached these people and showed them your ads, it got to go to the next layer, like the next cycle of people that, occasionally buy something and they might fit your market. So they go there. You see how it gets more broad? So these crazy return on ad spends, you cannot keep that and you cannot scale that. There's no way you can keep that for longer than 2 weeks. And there's no way you can scale that. If you scale your ads up, if you say, okay, instead of spending $20 a day, now I'm spending $200 a day or $2,000 a day, your return on ad spend is dramatically different, completely different. So do not rely on ads for dropshipping. I do not recommend that at all. There are definitely other ways. And like I say, we'll talk about that. So make sure to subscribe on this channel. Also, if you like me to coach you, I currently do that for free. So check out the link below. And then I catch you then. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. If, maybe I made up crazy numbers here. Maybe I'm trying to blame someone, and I catch you tomorrow. You've been learning about all the different e-commerce strategy, whether that's Amazon or dropshipping or any of these things that are supposed to make you money. Then why hasn't it happened yet for you? Before clients enrolled into my membership program, they always say, hey Nils, if your coaching is so good, why don't you coach me for free and I just pay you with the money that we earn? And you know what? Today, you can do that. To schedule your free mentorship months, just click the link below and sign up now. No matter if you have zero right now to invest and you want to replace your job income with a dropshipping store, or you already have the funds for your Amazon product, but you're not really sure, which one to choose or how to launch it right, or maybe you even made some money already, but you're not sure how to get it to the next level. Well, the easy peasy ecom mentorship program is just right for you. No, it doesn't even have to be that hard. You don't have to work crazy hours and follow 10 different strategies out there. All of the strategies work if you tweak them uniquely to your situation. Because to be honest, we tried it all. We actually made dropshipping stores that are profitable and we hit 7 figures selling products on Amazon. Because obviously my day only has 24 hours, those spots are going really fast because I can only take on a handful of people. But if you want to learn how to turn $500 into $5,000, you should join that program. Or if you want me to show you how to replace your job income within 90 days, go on. How would $1,000 help you? Or $2,000 change your life? Or maybe $5,000 to replace your job income? Actually, it's not that hard. Look, 6 products a day make $5,000 months. It's not that crazy. You can do it, but you need to follow the right strategy and you need to be held accountable. So don't wait any longer before all the spots are gone. Go ahead now and book your spot.